Today Current Affairs for Competitive Exams Current Affairs 2021 Online. RBI grants PPI authorization to Aroot. RBI has granted authorization to Aroot Technologies to operate as a prepaid payment instruments PPI company. The RBI issued authorization on May 10, 2021, with perpetual validity to commence issuance and operations of semi-closed prepaid instruments in the country. PPIs are instruments that facilitate the purchase of goods and services, against the value stored in such instruments. Malerkotla to be Punjab's 23rd district. Punjab Chief Minister Amarinder Singh has announced the creation of a new district of Malerkotla, carving the state's only Muslim-majority town from Sangrur district. Adjoining Amagad and Emergad will also form part of Punjab's 23rd district. The Chief Minister also announced a 500 rupees crore medical college, a women's college, a new bus stand, and a women police station in Malerkotla. Cairn Energy sues Air India. Cairn Energy has sued Air India to enforce a $1.2 billion arbitration award that it won in a tax dispute against India, according to a US District Court filing. The British firm Cairn was awarded by an arbitration tribunal in December 2020. The body ruled India breached an investment treaty with Britain and said New Delhi was liable to pay. Govt gives tax breaks to 4 more foreign funds. The Govt has granted tax exemption to 4 more foreign funds for their earnings from infrastructure investments made in India between now and March 2024. The exemption is for 3 pension funds and 1 UK development finance institution. They are now eligible for relief under Section 10 of the Income Tax Act, which deals with earnings not to be included in the taxable income. Ruskin Bond comes up with a new book. Ruskin Bond has carefully curated 25 of his most cherished stories in a new book, All-Time Favorites for Children. He received the Sahitya Akademi Award for English Writing in India in 1993, the Padma Shri in 1999, and the Delhi government's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2012. He has written over 500 short stories, essays, and novellas, and more than 40 books for children. Punjab, first to join Global COVAX Alliance. The Punjab Govt has decided to join the Global COVAX Alliance for sourcing the immunization shots at the best price. It will become the first state in the country to take the initiative of addressing the vaccine shortage amid the second wave. Abbreviated as COVAX, the COVID-19 Vaccines Global Access is a worldwide initiative aimed at providing equitable access to anti-COVID vaccines. Roman Khassanov banned for corruption. A tennis player who represented Kazakhstan in the Davis Cup, Roman Khassanov, has been banned for 10 years after admitting a string of corruption charges. He has been banned from attending any official tennis events and fined $100,000. The charges included breaking rules against fixing. Khassanov had a career-high ranking of 671 in 2018 and his last recorded tournament was in 2019. New dates: Women's Rugby World Cup. World Rugby has confirmed the dates for the 2022's Women's Rugby World Cup in New Zealand. The tournament will run from the 8th of October to the 12th of November 2022. The 12-team tournament was due to be held in 2021. The third-place playoff and final will be played on the 12th of November 2022, with Eden Park set to create history by becoming the first stadium to host both the men's and women's Rugby World Cup finals. Mangma Tenji Sherpa creates world record. Mangma Tenji Sherpa, a Nepali mountain guide, has created a world record by scaling Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, twice in the shortest span of time in a season. Sherpa first reached the top of the mountain in the evening of May 7, 2021, and then performed the feat again on the morning of May 11, 2021. He climbed Mount Everest twice in the gap of just 4 days. EAMPL, Beowulf Mining sign Pact. Epsilon Advanced Material EAMPL, a subsidiary of Epsilon Carbon, has signed an MoU with Beowulf Mining plc to set up a joint venture company in Finland. According to the agreement, Epsilon and Beowulf will jointly develop a strategic processing hub for both natural flake and recycled graphite in Finland. The JV's active anode material project will supply anode material to Europe. Martin Griffiths, UN Humanitarian Chief. The UN chief has appointed Martin Griffiths as the new UN Humanitarian Chief. Griffiths had spent the last 3 years as the UN Special Envoy for Yemen. He will continue to serve as the UN's top envoy for Yemen until a transition has been announced. He will replace Mark Lowcock, who served as Undersecretary General for Humanitarian Affairs and Emergency Relief Coordinator for 4 years. Ajanta, first woman Finance Minister of Assam. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sama on May 11, 2021, allocated the finance portfolio to Ajanta Nog, making her the first woman Finance Minister of the northeastern state. Nog, who was elected to the State Assembly from the Golaghat Assembly constituency in eastern Assam, would also hold the social welfare portfolio. She is also a 4-time member of the Legislative Assembly. OneWeb partners with SoftBank. SoftBank and OneWeb have announced an agreement for mutual cooperation to promote OneWeb's satellite communication services in the global and Japan markets. Both will promote satellite communication services via the combination of OneWeb services and SoftBank's services, including advanced communication and digital transformation (DX) platform services. Airtel Payments Bank launches DigiGold. As part of its growing digital services, Airtel Payments Bank has launched a digital platform DigiGold, in partnership with digital gold provider SafeGold. With DigiGold, Airtel Payments Bank's savings account customers can invest in 24K gold using the Airtel Thanks app. Customers can also gift DigiGold to their family and friends, who have a savings account with the Airtel Payments Bank. First COVID isolation ward for children. In a unique initiative, GB Pant Children Hospital in Srinagar has established the first isolation ward for children infected with COVID. The facility has doctors who are constantly supervising the infected children and are also providing food and other important things, free of cost. The isolation wards have all the required facilities like sufficient oxygen supply and enough bed capacity. Gunjan Shah to join Bata India as its new CEO. Bata India Ltd has announced the appointment of Gunjan Shah as its new CEO. He will succeed Sandeep Kataria, who was elevated as the global CEO of Bata Brands in 2020. Shah is set to join Bata on the 21st of June 2021. He has been appointed as a whole-time director of the company for a period of 5 years. He will join from Britannia Industries Ltd, where he was the chief commercial officer. Hero Motocorp to resume partial operations. Hero Motocorp will resume partial operations at its 3 plants at Gurugram and Dharuhera in Haryana and Haridwar in Uttarakhand from May 17, 2021. The company had halted operations temporarily at its 6 plants in India from April 22 to May 2, 2021, which was then extended till May 16, 2021. Hero Motocorp Limited is the largest two-wheeler manufacturer in the world, and also in India. Neera Tandon to serve as advisor to Biden. The Biden administration has announced that Indian-American Neera Tandon will now join the White House as a senior advisor to President Joe Biden. Tandon serves as president and CEO of CAP and has served as the CEO of the Center for American Progress Action Fund. In March 2021, she had withdrawn her nomination as director of the White House OMB, Office of Management and Budget. Delhi approves 5,000 rupees aid for auto drivers. The Delhi cabinet has approved 5,000 rupees assistance to drivers and permit holders of auto rickshaws. Among the beneficiaries are also drivers of rickshaws, taxis, Fat Seva, Eco-Friendly Seva, Grameen Seva, and Maxi cabs holding PSV Public Service Badge drivers. Delhi currently has over 2.80 lakh PSV badge holders and 1.90 lakh permit holders who are eligible to apply for the scheme. Govt to set up 20 technology and R&D centers. The union government will establish 20 technology and research and development infrastructure centers. These will be shared among academicians, labs, startups, and industries. These centers, sophisticated analytical and technical help institutes, Sathi, will be professionally managed. They are most likely to be housed in top tech and engineering schools such as IITs. Ayush Department launches Ayush Gharwar. In Himachal Pradesh, Ayush Dept launched a statewide wellness program Ayush Gharwar for COVID-19 patients in the Solan district on the 14th of May 2021. The initiative aims to provide a holistic healthcare approach through Ayush to ensure not only physical but also mental, social and spiritual well-being to patients. It has been launched in collaboration with the Art of Living organization. Panel to monitor use of Torsolyzumab formed. The Delhi Govt has set up a 3-member technical expert committee to prevent the indiscriminate use of Torsolyzumab injection. The drug is used to control the hyperactive immune response in the later stages of severe COVID-19. The committee aims to prevent indiscriminate use of the injection and to establish a transparent, efficient, and time-bound system of distribution. China completes historic Mars landing. An uncrewed Chinese spacecraft successfully landed on the surface of Mars on the 15th of May 2021, making China the second spacefaring nation after the US to land on the Mars. The TIANWEN-1 spacecraft landed on a site on a vast plain on Mars known as Utopia Planitia. A solar-powered rover, named Zhurong, will study the planet's surface soil, atmosphere and will also look for signs of ancient life. COVID-19 related initiatives. The Maharashtra Police has launched its COVID care cell in Kolaba, where police personnel can call for information on COVID-19 or register complaints if they are COVID-19 patients. The Assam Govt has started the COVID-19 vaccination drive for the transgender community in Guwahati. The Karnataka Govt has announced a helpline for Bengaluru to aid the cremation of COVID-19 patients. England pacer Harry Gurney decides to retire. England and Nottinghamshire pacer Harry Gurney announced his decision to retire at the age of 34 on the 14th of May, 21. Gurney has played a whopping 103 first-class, 93 List A and 156 T20 matches in his career, picking a total of 614 wickets across all the formats. He has played 10 ODIs and 2 T20s for England in his short international career. He also played for the Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL. Samsung provides oxygen concentrators to UP. Samsung Electronics provided 60 oxygen concentrators to Uttar Pradesh and half of them to Gautam Budh Nagar district on the 13th of May 2021. The help comes as part of the Corporate Social Responsibility (CSR) of Samsung, which has its biggest mobile phone manufacturing factory at Gautam Budh Nagar, Noida. Samsung has also contributed 7.5 crore rupees for COVID-19 relief measures to the UP. NDMC launches Neera program for employees. The Medical Services Department of the New Delhi Municipal Council, NDMC, on the 14th of May 2021 launched a program Neera, in coordination with the Information Technology Department. The program aims to provide guidance telephonically and through WhatsApp to COVID-infected employees in home isolation. A team of dedicated doctors and specialists has been prepared as part of the facility. Walmart to buy Israel-based startup Zekit. Walmart has decided to acquire virtual fitting room startup Zekit as it makes a push into fashion and caters to customers shopping for clothes online. By acquiring the startup, Walmart is hoping to improve the customer experience and make online shopping more social. Walmart is the world's largest retailer, but it is better known for selling groceries rather than fashion-forward apparel. Shram teams up with ATD. UK-based conglomerate Shram and MRAM through its Indian partner ATD Group has inked a pact with the Rajasthan government. They will install 60 oxygen generator plants in the next 2 months as part of efforts to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. So far, 200 units of oxygen concentrator oximeter and 10,000 units of oximeter have been airlifted from Malaysia. Pablo Picassos painting sold for $103.40 MN. Pablo Picassos' painting, Woman Sitting Near a Window, Marie Therese, was sold on the 13th of May 2021 for $103.4 million United States dollars in New York. Pablo Ruiz Picasso was a Spanish painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, and theater designer. This is the first time in 2 years that a work has broken the $100 million United States dollars mark since an 1890 Claude Monet Mules painting reached $110.7 million United States dollars. PMBJKs, BPPI join hands. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Kendras PMBJKs, Bureau of Pharma PSUs of India BPPI and other stakeholders have come together to fight against the current wave of COVID. As of the 13th of May 2021, 7,733 PMBJKs are functional across the country in 36 states, UTs. Under PMBJP, the best quality N95 face mask is being made available at only Rs. 25 per unit at all PMBJKs. Defense National OPD launched. Veteran defense doctors have come forward to provide free online consultation services on the e-Sanjeevani platform. Ex-Defense OPD was launched on the 7th of May 2021 and now has been renamed Defense National OPD. e-Sanjeevani OPD is a flagship telemedicine platform developed by the CDAC, Mohali. It facilitates free online medical consultation to all citizens of India. Jal Jeevan Mission holds a webinar. A webinar was organized by the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, DDWS, Ministry of Jal Shakti with the sector partners selected for the National Jal Jeevan Mission, NJJM, on the 14th of May 2021. Sector partners have to submit their annual and quarter-wise plan up to 2024 highlighting the activities to be carried out at different levels national, state, and district. Depth of Science and Technology sets up centers. Several centers are being set up by the Depth of Science and Technology to house major analytical instruments to provide common services of high-end analytical testing. 3 such centers have been set up at IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi, and BHU Varanasi. These centers have been initiated under the Sophisticated Analytical and Technical Help Institute's Sathi scheme. Sriram Housing receives 200 crore rupees infusion. Sriram City Union Finance (SCUF) has invested 200 crore rupees in its housing finance subsidiary, Sriram Housing Finance Ltd (SHFL). The board of SCUF has also approved an investment of up to 500 crore rupees into SHFL over the next 2 years, of which 200 crore rupees has been invested now. The current infusion will increase SCUF's holding in SHFL to 81.16% from the existing 77.25%. International Day of Families, the 15th of May. The International Day of Families is observed on the 15th of May every year. Founded by the United Nations (UN) in 1994, the day honors the importance of families. According to the United Nations, the theme for the 2021 observance of the day is Socially Just Transition Towards Sustainable Development, the role of digital technologies on social development and well-being of all. Armed Forces Day, the 15th of May 2021. On the third Saturday in May, Armed Forces Day is observed to pay tribute to the military personnel serving in the United States Armed Forces. It is falling on the 15th of May for the year 2021. The celebration takes place each year during Armed Forces Week. The United States military is composed of 6 branches, including the Army, Air Force, Space Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. India's exports jumped to $30.63 billion in April. Data released by the Union Ministry of Commerce and Industry on the 14th of May 2021 showed that India's exports in April 2021 jumped nearly threefold to $30.63 billion from $10.36 billion in the same month in 2020. Imports too rose to $45.72 billion as against $17.12 billion in April 2020, the data showed. Trade deficit widened to $15.10 billion as against $6.76 billion in April 2020. Attempt Daily Current Affairs Quiz. The end. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment and subscribe.